Okay, there go.
Go!
Go! Hi, good evening, guys!
Evening, guys!
Good evening.
Welcome to VAD Trip After Dark special request ng
Yes.
After dark.
Kasi panggabi kami ngayon, night shift.
night shift.
So, good morning sa mga magna-night shift. And good evening sa mga patapos ng araw.
Oo, and we are streaming live through Philvan, DVA, and bago, VA Davao. They invited us to do a watch show. So thank you Nick for allowing us. Kasi yun nga
Hello.
nag VA meet up kasi kami the other weekend. And we would like to introduce pala for sa you Hello?
Hello, you're live. Yes,
Hindi
we're
pala tayo
on.
narinig kanina. Hello guys.
Hindi ko narinig kanina.
Oo.
Ay,
Nakaulit.
hindi ka narinig?
Oo.
Rewind!
Rewind.
Hi ulit!
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone! Pasensya na kayo.
Oo.
Slight technical difficulties. We're still perfecting our craft. We're still learning our craft.
Oo.
The technical
Welcome to VAD Trip by special request VAD Trip After Dark. So, ayan. And we're broadcasting live sa DVA, Philvan, and VA Davao. So, shout out to the admin of VA Davao, Nick Mesias, for allowing us to do this broadcast sa kanyang group. And for the first time sa VAD Trip, Vida, may guest tayo!
Yes!
First time na
Hi,
natin.
Sam! Ang ating special guest ay si Sam from Pioneer. Pioneer! Okay.
Oo.
Hello everyone. Nice to meet you guys. Good to be here.
Sam is the partnership,
Partnerships manager for Payoneer and for Payoneer Southeast Asia.
Yes.
So Philippines is a key market for us, and actually the team is actually based here in the Philippines. So we're here with you guys.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sam, for joining us.
You're welcome.
We know you're busy for taking the time to join us in this late night chikahan between.
It's okay.
Ayun. So ang
Between the diva.
Yan, with the diva. So, ang topic natin tonight is, paano ba talaga nababayaran ng mga virtual assistants dito sa Pilipinas? Kasi parang, yun,
Correct.
diba, Vida, yun ang isa sa mga laging tanong sa atin. Ano po talaga yun?
Paano kami babayaran? How safe is the payment system? Paano namin matatanggap to? Maganda ba yung exchange rate? Hindi ba kami talo? So, yung mga tanong na ganon, masasagot yan ni Sam with Pioneer. Yan.
Oo. So,
Oh,
guys,
teka. Hi, Vince pala. Shout out to Vince. He's one of our active members sa Philvan.
Hi, oo nga, si Vince. Hi, Vince. And yun, guys, kung may mga tanong kayo for us regarding payments and specifically Pioneer, please don't hesitate to leave a comment under the video. We're live on DVA, on Philvan, and on VA Davao. And also, para mas direct nyo kami makontak, you can visit us at VAD Trip Show, nandyan, on the lower thirds. Okay. So, we can start, let's open the discussion na. So, paano ba nababayaran ng VA? Vida, paano ka ba nababayaran? Monthly? Project base?
Depende sa Yeah, so depende sa client. I work full-time. So, ang tawag nito sa outsourcing is full-time equivalent, FTE. So, ang full-time, ang bayad sa akin monthly. And nung una, parehong bank transfer. So, nung una, it was through Dragon Pay. Kaso ang mahirap nun for the client, it involved too many steps. So, kailangan mag-deposit muna sila sa account ng Dragon Pay. Tapos, tapos saka lang ita-transfer ng Dragon Pay through our account. So, ang hirap i-monitor. Ngayon, I am being paid directly bank to bank. The client shoulders the wiring fee. Pero hindi yun normal, unfortunately, guys. Merong ibang clients na magsasabi na, okay, bayaran ko kayo, I will shoulder the wiring fee. And then, minsan naman, they will say, no, sa'yo yan. We'll pay you a fee. That is your business cost. So, nung ibang client ko naman, ang bayad nila sa akin is through PayPal. Yun yung pinaka-common. So, PayPal, I connected that with my bank account. So, ganun din ang step, client pays, and then I get a notice. Actually, I bill the client. So, may invoice ako nilalabas. So, the client pays that invoice. And then, when the client pays that invoice, I transfer either the entire amount or the amount that I need sa bank account ko. And then, I wait either 24 to 72 hours. Hopefully.
Oo. Ako
Nadidelay.
naman, ako naman, naka-experience ako ng hourly rate, naka-experience din ako ng project base in my earlier days. But like you, FTE na ako. And in our case, we get paid through Payoneer. So, ayun. Kaya naging contact namin si Sam.
Nice.
Kasi pag may reklamo kami,
Right.
Sam, anong nangyari?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So, may mga online payments. One of my pet peeves with PayPal is ang liit-liit ng kanilang exchange rate. Ang taas-taas ng kanilang fee. Kasi yung gamit sa I don't get paid na friends and family kasi nga I invoice the client. So, syempre may record doon. And then, of course, syempre, the client can always dispute that. But, awa ng Diyos, never pa naman nangyari sa akin yun. So, yun nga lang, it takes a hefty chunk from the pay that I'm supposed to have. So, yun. Yun ang mga common issues natin, di ba?
Mhm.
So, marami rin kaya yung ibang nakakatakot na ginagawa ng iba na gusto nila kasi nasa kanila kagad, talagang kailangan nila kagad yung kanilang bayad, nagpapa-encash sila. Naghahanap ng mga encashers. So, mag-ingat kayo, guys. Siguraduhin legit yung cash, yung encashers ninyo. Pero minsan kahit na legit yan for quite some time, may aberya pa rin nangyayari eh.
Yeah.
Ayun. So,
Right.
ako nga na-experience ko rin, dito mahala tayo, edad namin ni Vida. Umabot pa ako ng Zoom with an S.
Oh, yeah.
Na yung simula early days of AMLA. Early days of
Ay, kabisado ko yung amla na yan. My God.
Ayun. So,
In the previous life, I used to have a remittance outlet. So, I ran that for about 2.5 years. So, syempre, kailangan kabisado mo yung pumapasok at lumalabas.
Right.
At check ka rin kasi nakita nila one time ang bilis ng pasok, ang lalaki ng volume na pumapasok doon sa account ko. Tatawagan ka talaga niyan. You have to explain doon sa branch manager mo, and buti na lang sinabi ko doon sa dalawang banks that I use na na this is being used for remittance. So mabilis ang labas at pasok ng pera. Kumbaga legit po yun, hindi po ako naglalaban ng pera. Hindi po ako money laundering.
Ay, oo. Kaya nga, tayo mga virtual assistant, we're grateful for services like PayPal and Payoneer na at least meron na tayong option. So, the reason Sam is here is because, isang nagiging issues ng VA is yung parang, di ba, alam mo to Sam, madalas sa reklamo namin, bakit matagal? Bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan?
Right.
So Sam, on your end as the from Payoneer, what do VAC to do to ensure na smooth yung transfer, na walang problema, and what are the questions that you usually encounter pag ka? Oo.
Right. So I'm start off just to kind of give a background of what Payoneer essentially does. So Payoneer specifically enables these cross-border payment solutions, and we've been doing it for the past 14 years. And the reason why it does take some time is because of these requirements that we have to comply with to ensure that all your payments are secure. And you, at the end of the day, will get your money. I mean, this is the important thing. This is what we focus on. This is what we that we kind of build our product around to make sure that at the end of the day you get the most pesos out of every dollar that you earn from your client. So in order to kind of smoothen the process, and to get you, once you get your first paycheck, pag nakakita ka na, like all you have to do is receive your money, right? So in order to kind of smooth that process, right. So in order to kind of get through that smoothly, let's start with the registration process, right? So in creating a Payoneer account, like it's easy, it's free. All you have to do is go to our website or go through the link on your whatever marketplace where you find your clients. So it could be onlinejobs.ph. And other international marketplaces or freelance marketplaces out there. Click the link and enter your details. First of all, you make sure that you don't have an existing account already with Payoneer, right? Because even if you change your email, right, or we'll always know who you really are because you have to provide an ID. Right? So this is one of the requirements in order for us to do what we're able to do for you. To comply with these regulatory requirements. You have to know who you are. And then, so make sure that...
KYC sila, know your customer.
Exactly.
So yun po yung dahilan, mga ka-VA, kung bakit humihingi po ang Payoneer and other payment facilities like them ng ID. Kasi laganap ang scam ngayon and money laundering. So, they have to be sure na yung tatanggap ng pera yung kung kanino intended talaga. Yes, your actual receiver.
So, and properly documented yung identity niyo.
Yes.
Right. So, like in line with that, make sure that you enter the correct information. So, these are information that are seen in any ID that you might have. Any government issued ID. And then third, as part of a Payoneer account, you have to enroll a local bank account. So this is where your money is going to once you receive your payments from your employer. So just make sure that the local bank details are consistent with your Payoneer account details. So if it's a different name, kasi baka may challenge sa parang bakit iba yung name. So there's still a process of identifying why. So instead of actually
So,
go
kung
through
ano
the
talaga yung
background.
full name mo, so, your full name, kung kasama dyan yung iyong second name, hindi dapat
Right.
nickname ang gamitin. If it's your
Right.
maiden name or your married name, kung ano exactly sa ID mo and sa account
Right.
name mo and the account number sa bank, they have
Right.
to match perfectly.
Yeah. They have to
Tama?
be consistent all throughout.
You have to be
Yes.
consistent.
Right.
Ah,
Right. So even like I mean we'll siguro like even a letter for if there's no middle name for example, I mean those small things are okay, but maybe also like even the very least the first name, the last name are all consistent, are the same. And then I mean just to avoid these, complications. If talaga then if talaga. But to make the process smoother in creating an account, it's best to kind of make it consistent all through. Right. So that's when creating an account, right? So, do you guys have any questions? Like at least to clarify on your end.
Ah, I have a question kasi actually hindi pa siya pumapasok. Pero one of the things that we usually encounter is ano ba usually ang reason for delays ng transfer, like from pagsasabihin ng client na andyan na yung pera pero hindi pa siya nagre-reflect kaagad sa Payoneer. Oy, tumatawa si Sam.
Yes,
Ano
yes.
niya?
Oh
So,
no, it's totally understandable. Yeah.
ano usually
So
ang rason doon?
So one of the different challenges that we encounter when it comes to payments is usually timing. One. So our solution is built on top of the existing banking structure, like internationally, all over the world. So in terms of payments coming into Payoneer, there are some things, for example, that you have to consider. Like for example, um, banking holidays in where the payment is coming from. So, there are times na medyo ay lumalampas ng weekend, for example, yung payment. They do a payment on, let's say, Friday night, for example.
which is our Saturday morning.
Right, right. So,
Uh-huh.
like, it could be something as simple as that. And so, we'll only start processing, or the banks will start processing only these payments come Monday, the first banking day, which is of the US, for example, if your payment's coming from the US. So, it's also important to take into account these things. So there can be banking holidays which could be different from ours here in the Philippines. So again, that will kind of not count in the processing time for the payments. Another sometimes challenges that we encounter are incorrect payment information coming from the payer. So we advise that whenever a payment is made, um, uh, you remind your clients to enter the right payment information, the right credit card details, the right bank account number for your e-check payments, and those details, as well as having enough balance in, for example, your bank account in order to fund the payment, as well as like a good enough credit on your credit card in order to finance that payment. And then, of course, once the funds gets into your Payoneer account, when you withdraw to your local bank here in the Philippines, you do have to take into account the banking holidays here in the Philippines because that works within our banking system. So if you're ideally, we advise to withdraw before 11 a.m. on a weekday so that you
Okay.
can
Uh-huh.
receive the payments by end of the day. A
Oh,
better chance of receiving the
Okay.
payments within
that's
the day.
fast actually.
That's
Right.
Normal,
So it's
normal
so
kasi
yeah.
I use PayPal and I have to make sure that it's before 7 for me to have a good chance to get it the next day.
And the next day.
But
So uh,
sometimes personal, but I think it only happened once na
right,
after the 7 o'clock cutoff, parang ganon. But
right,
normally I have it carries on to the next day.
right. So for us, on most cases, if you withdraw from your Payoneer account to your local bank, like in the morning, there's a good chance, a really good chance it'll come within within the same day. Siguro, I would say on average it goes like around from 1 p.m. And then it goes pwede by 6 p.m. Like it depends on the banks actually because they have their
Ah,
own processing times. But we try our best to shorten this time, and we really worked hard. And our banking and our support team have really tried, finding a solution to make this as fast as possible for you guys because we know that you want to receive your payments as soon as possible.
yung,
Right.
So,
since you mentioned
yeah, go
banks,
ahead.
Sam, sino yung mga banks? Which banks is Payoneer currently partnered with?
So, as long as the bank here in the Philippines has a SWIFT code, so these are most of your bigger banks, your BDOs, your Union Bank, your BPI. So, as long as they have a SWIFT code, then they are an accepted partner of Payoneer. You can use that as your local bank account connected to your Payoneer account.
So pwedeng mga rural banks in the provinces.
If the rural bank has a SWIFT code, then you can easily see it. You can easily see it as one of our drop-down options when you're enrolling a local bank. So if that rural bank has, the capability of accepting those remittances through the SWIFT code, then more or less, or most likely, it will be part of our local bank partners.
So they have to ask their local bank kung meron silang SWIFT code so they can link
Right.
their Payoneer account to the bank.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So, ang
That's right.
kailangan
And
lang
actually, yeah. Actually,
so
we
ang
make it
kailangan
easier
lang,
for us.
ay, sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I just want
Yeah,
to say
wait.
that para we make it easier, para kasi may drop down na. You just have to know the name of your bank, and then as long as it's there,
Oh, that is easy.
you don't have to manually enter a SWIFT code.
Okay.
So, wala na yung special code for the... So, wala na yung special... Sanay lang ako sa ano sa PayPal been using it for years. So, wala nang special code per bank. Na okay, itong bank na to, say, Bank A has BPONZ na code plus the SWIFT code. Wala na nun. Just the SWIFT code.
You don't have to you don't have to do your research in knowing the SWIFT code. We make it easier by associating it to the bank name na lang. So whatever the bank name is, connected there.
Okay.
Yep.
Ay.
I forgot to ask a question pala.
Sure.
Yung isang for kung dollar ba daw ang padala ng client, dollar ba daw ang natatanggap natin?
Okay, so
Say for
normally,
example, I have
right.
I have a dollar account. So if I link my Payoneer, can I link my Payoneer account doon?
Okay, so
And
the standard
si
case,
boss. Ganun
we
eh.
usually just accept local currency as your local bank account. Those receiving in the local currency where there's forex involved. But of course we can help you with that also by enrolling a USD account. But this is something that you can come to us. As I mentioned, we are present in the Philippines. We're present in social media. You can reach out to us and requesting if you can link a USD account to your Payoneer account.
Okay. So,
If possible, that's what I'm trying to say.
pero lang, ika-clarify ko lang sa mga ka-VA natin ha. Yung pagtanggap ng eksaktong dollar it's a tricky thing. So tulad ng kay Vides, you really need a dollar account, and when you use services like Payoneer or PayPal, you will get peso. You will receive peso. And the conversion rate
Normally, yeah.
Varies between, di ba, yung isang question ko, anong conversion rate ginagamit ng Payoneer? Do you base it on the bank or do you have your own conversion rate na sinusundan?
So across all our Payoneer account holders, regardless where you are, our standard forex fee is 2%. So from your Payoneer account to your local bank, we apply a 2% above mid-market rate fee to when we convert it to your local currency. So sabihin natin, I mean, for just to give an example, if the mid-market rate, for example, is 51. I mean, this is the market rate that you see online. What we'll charge is 50, and then other service providers, similar payment solutions, would use 49. So that's one of our competitive advantage over the other solutions, that we really have a good, or our forex rate is a lot better. It's better than most of the other solutions out there.
Yeah.
So again, we give you more we we give you more peso out of every dollar that you earn. So
right.
at the same time, though, I just want to be clear as well that if it's to a USD account, I mean, just because there's no forex involved, because it's an international transaction, you're moving money from one, territory to the other. We will apply a similar fee as well, but you can receive it in USD.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
When you mean you apply you apply a fee, I would assume that this is documentary stamp tax and alam ko ba kailangan yun eh. And
Oh,
no
with
for
regard to
for wiring,
oh,
no na.
for transferring to you, the 2% fee is just the fee that we charge. With regard to tax and
Okay.
this is something that you
Yung
declare. No?
EST na
Yes,
okay.
yes.
No need
Right.
na.
So you can use
Okay.
2% as like an expense for receiving payments as part of your business expenses when you're declaring your earning income to your tax authorities.
Okay. Sam, I have a last question. Parang,
Sure.
what, kasi ang isang concern in the industry, in our industry talaga is, scams. Even, in our group
Right.
sa DBA, Philvan, we do a lot of scam check. And we experience a lot of, we don't experience, we encounter a lot of payment scams.
Right.
So, on your end sa Payoneer, what's your advice for virtual assistants para iwasan nilang
Right.
makapasok doon?
So our advice is to keep your all your accounts, anything related to your financials, to yourself. I mean, keep it safe. Do not share it or let others use it for their purposes. Have full disclosure in whatever transactions or whoever you're working with. Make sure that you know what the payment is for. You trust the employer or the ones paying your account, right? And it's for payments to you and not for something else. Do not put yourself in a situation where they use you on behalf of something else, right? You're acting
Oh,
as a middleman for, let's say, in like facilitating a payment outside of the purpose of you offering your services to an employer.
oh yes,
So right,
we had that question before sa group, right?
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Na yung pamangkin niya ginamit yung account niya to receive something like a pay for a rather questionable task.
right.
So,
I
sabi
Our
namin,
rule
no,
of
no, no,
thumb
no,
is
you should
yeah,
not have
yeah,
let her borrow yung account mo.
right. Our rule of thumb is when you're in doubt, when it seems fishy, don't get into it now. Better safe than sorry. Because this again helps you also receive payment smoother through your respective payment solution. It's like especially for Payoneer. Because as long as you keep a good track record, we don't see any risks involved with your transactions, then you will not encounter so many KYC or validations with all the different payments that you're receiving. Because
Oh, and may naalala ko, wag
okay,
magpadala ng more than $10,000.
Oo! Oo!
Yes!
Oh my gosh, pag
May
Pasko!
ginip.
Ang
right.
sakit ng ulo,
Um,
Pasko!
but for us though, as long as you give us a heads up first, Payoneer a heads up first,
Ah,
we will make sure that as
Ah,
long as there's purpose, there's proper justification for sending this amount, then we will facilitate for you.
say you have an invoice for a service
Mhm.
na would be more than $10,000, ganon,
Right.
okay lang yon.
Yeah.
Pero
Just
kailangan ng heads up sa inyo.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
okay.
Right.
So
Okay.
For those,
kami
but
ang
that is a good
mag-invoice.
point.
Or
Right.
kami mag-invoice or our clients can invoice na like I'm sending Vida bonus of oh my gosh, bonus or the
Sana!
$10,000 paying it. I think the least of her problems is accepting that payment. And yung problema mo, manlilibi ka sa buong,
Oh,
sa buong
diba?
DA group. Yun yata yung mas
I
problema naman.
wish, I wish. I wish nangyayari yun.
Right. So, we can definitely support those kind of payments as long as you give us a proper heads up.
Okay.
Right. And I guess one of the key I mean, advantages of the other payments providers out there is we are here in the Philippines. Like we're here. You can reach out to us during anytime, uh, and we can support you with whatever you need. If you have questions, feel free to ask. We have a Facebook group as well. So if you need anything to post any questions, clarifications, you kind of feel free to ask. One of the things that I've learned is just ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. Don't be afraid. It doesn't mean that nothing. It just means you want to know more, and it's always better to kind of express yourself and and to know more. And we're more than willing to help you with your payment needs.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sam, for taking the time
Thank
Uh, yep.
to
Thank you as
answer.
well. Right.
Oo,
Oh,
ano,
can I just
sige.
mention as well that I know we're talking to a lot of mostly VAs here, but I also want to mention that we also cater also to remote teams, BPOs. If you do have
Oh,
remote
yes,
teams,
actually.
please feel
Related
free
nga
to
to
reach
yung
out to
next
us.
Ay!
question
Oh
namin.
yeah,
Oo,
okay.
Yes,
perfect! Sige,
Feel free to reach
perfect
perfect.
out.
segue ni
Yeah.
Bida.
Right. I was like,
Wala
yeah,
pa
di
akong
namin
mga
di namin
BPO,
pinalalaman.
sayang.
Right. Oh yeah, so for them though, if you do have, if any of you are BPOs or part of remote teams, we do have a special offer or a special package program for BPOs as well. So to know more about it, please reach out to us.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you so much,
Ah,
Sam.
iwanan mo yung details mamaya ha sa page namin. Or ng Payoneer. We will include Payoneer's Filipino office
Mm-mm.
contact details later para alam niyo kung paano niyo sila
Well,
ma-reach.
yeah, you can just add us. Of course, I'm tagged. And then I'm free. I'm happy to tag as well our other sales, our sales team, our
Oh,
other
happy
here.
comments for you. Payoneer card niya raw November. Pag niya na-request hanggang ngayon wala
Ah,
akong
Oh, no!
mahirap yan. Kasi po,
Oh no.
this is something that we
Sige,
encounter. So,
Ulit send us your details and then we'll forward it to Sam.
Oo, ganun din. Para,
ayun nga, nabasa ko nga. November pa daw pinadala. Mukhang nasabit sa Philippine Post. We usually encounter those problems here in the Philippines.
ay, Sam, sorry, bigla ko naalala. Last question. Galing, Sam, kasi, medyo unique question lang to. Joint account
Sure.
kami ng husband ko. Ba't kami lagi
Sure.
nade-delay?
Well, definitely we'll take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a case to case basis rin kasi for I mean as much as we try to make it like a unified experience for everyone. But because we are we take pride in us being a robust and secure platform, we do have to kind of treat each one also each case differently. So case to case basis and so we'll definitely take a look and we'll fix that for you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you for
Yep.
the time na
Thank you
you
for
spent.
having me.
Oo. We have to let you go but we'll stay on because we have to answer some questions na and para makapagpahinga ka na rin. Okay lang?
No problem. So I'm gonna
Sige.
sign out now. I'm gonna end this call.
Sige.
Yes.
Okay, bye, Sam.
Thank you guys. Have a
Alright,
good
thank
night.
you.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Ayun. Ayun, mga ka-VA.
Yay.
Ayun si Sam. Kung meron kayong mga request na gusto mag-guest or gustong maging topic, message nyo lang kami sa VAD Trip Show. Or hanapin nyo kami sa respective groups namin, Philvan, DBA, and VA Davao. Okay.
Yun. Madali kaming hanapin. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Naghahanap din kami ng likes. Shameless plug, di ba?
Oh,
Ayun, kaya rin na-segue tayo sa next mini topic natin. Kind of a surprise, but I figured Julia would want to share her experience kasi nangyari to several one or two of her trainees. Di ba na-mention namin na trainee kami, mga trainers kami under the Department of Information Communications and Technology. Kami freelance trainers ng kanilang rural impact sourcing technical training. Yung mga nagtitrain ng mga digital workers on the countryside. So kanina, may tanong sa group namin na nagtayo siya ng internet shop na gusto niyang gawing agency sa may Quezon. Ngayon, nagtataka siya, ano ba yung mga kailangan para makabuo siya kasi gusto niya matulungan yung kanyang yung mga kanyang kababayan doon. So, paano siya magtatayo ng isang agency o ng isang kahit maliit na rural BPO? Oh, and as an inspiration, yung roommate ko sa planning ng DICT last year, she started a few years ago. She used to be a provincial nurse. Ngayon, she has 100 heads. She has a rural BPO in Bulacan. O, di ba? So, kung may paraan, magagawa na paraan. Magagawa mo yun. So, yun. So, yun yung tanong. Saan siya magsisimula?
Yun. So, actually, kung titignan natin, kasi essentially, negosyo naman talaga siya. On the business end, it's still a typical business na magsisimula ka talaga with a business registration, BIR, so yun ang legal aspects. Lahat yan makukuha naman yan siya sa website.
Yeah.
Kung saan magsisimula,
I-register mo.
oo, i-register mo yung business. As to, saan magsisimula in terms of getting clients, doon na magkakaroon ng konting strategy involved, 'di ba? Vida, yan yung advice natin nung first episodes natin na you have to have a website, you have to have a LinkedIn page. Oo. So,
of course, ang unang-una rin, determine mo muna kung ano yung talent at saka yung skill set na meron ka at saka yung mga possible na magiging tauhan mo. So, halimbawa, lalo na sa taon ngayon, ano yung kaya nilang gawin? Again, lagi naming sinasabi ni Julia, please veer away from the encoding jobs. Unless you're doing transcriptioning, make sure na mabilis kayo mag-type at nakakaintindi kayo ng sangkatutak na accents ng English accent. Kasi marami yan. Iba ang kwan. May Cockney, may British, may iba pa yung sa Scottish, iba pa yung sa Irish, iba pa kung if English is a second language. Iba ang Canadian accent, iba ang may iba't ibang accent sa America. May East Coast, may Boston, may Midwest, may Southern, may California, may Hispanic. Masyadong marami. May Australian pa, iba rin ng cadence ng speech ng mga taga Singapore, ng mga taga New Zealand. Dami, no? English pa lang yan. So, kailangan mabilis kayo mag-type. Isa yun. Nakakaintindi kayo ng maraming accent. So, isa yun sa mga, okay, malayo na yung napuntahan ko. But again, veer away from the encoding jobs. Guys, it is so 1990s. Sinasabi sa inyo. Yung dating pinagkatrabaho namin ni Julia, halos mabankrupt doon, nawala yung mga encoding jobs. Diba?
True. As in, kaya actually, yung parang 1 year lang ata difference namin Vida nung umalis sa old job namin dun. Kasi once nawala once nag-automate, nawala lahat ng encoding jobs. Oo.
Nawala yung encoding jobs, and then nagkaroon ng financial crisis, yung mga high valued na accounts, wala na rin. Nagsitayo na rin sila ng sarili nilang BPOs, shared services company. So, doon nagpunta yung mga talent. Ang naiwan sa kanila ngayon is converting one data to another, which is low value. So, kung magtatayo kayo, kung mag-offer kayo ng service, kung gusto nyo kumita ng malaki, improve your skills.
Oo.
Yun, alam mo yung skills ng mga tao ninyo, ng mga talent ninyo. Yun, magaling ba sila sa admin jobs? May marunong ba mag-program dyan? May magaling ba sa marketing? May magaling ba magsulat? Yung mga yon, ilista mo yung mga skills na meron yung tao mo and then gawa ng website tulad ng sabi ni Julia. Gumawa ka ng website, i-advertise mo yung mga ano mo. So, hindi lang ililista sa mga groups namin yung skill sets na meron yung mga tao mo. Kasi kailangan mo sila alagaan eh. So,
Oo.
kailangan mo dumiskarte, kailangan mong mag-market ng mga trabaho na available doon.
Oo.
Ayun.
And another advice in, if you're going to set up a rural BPO, kasi let's be frank, ang daming competition ng rural BPO with the BPOs in major metropolitan cities. And ang advantage ng cities is they have the infrastructure, nandun yung mga
Mhm.
paaralan, nandun yung skilled labor. So, one way na you could have an advantage is you develop skills that are really in demand, that it doesn't matter where you are, or you focus on a niche na very specific na hanapin ka talaga ng kliyente, like hindi ko to nakwento sa iyo, Vida, yung si
Mhm.
Jessica, my sister, and DICT
Mhm.
trainer din siya. Merong hindi pa sila rural BPO, pero siya sa student na nasa gaming ang nila,
Wow!
oo.
Laki
So,
ng pera doon.
I know. Kaya,
Yes.
and parang kwento niya is the reason kaya siya nag-VA training kasi gusto niyang iset up ang website ng business niya kasi, he is getting a lot of demand. Tapos, meron akong na-meet na recently dun sa isang meet-up. Ang pwesto nila ay nasa Tagum City sila, so medyo malayo siya compared to Davao City. Pero he has a team of graphic designers. So,
Wow!
kahit siya, yung
Demand din
parang,
doon.
hindi ba,
And those are talent that are hard to find.
mm,
Yung mga, even the international groups that I've joined, laging naghahanap ng graphic designer, laging
editors,
naghahanap ng game developers. So, hindi ganon, it's a niche market na you can take advantage of.
oo.
Sorry, may aso.
Hindi, okay lang. Last time ako naman. Tapos ngayon ikaw naman. Ayun. So, Vida, meron pa ba tayong questions? Or,
Okay, may mga tanong pa ba kayo? So yun, sa rural BPO, alamin mo muna kung ano yung talent mo, what you can offer, and then, of course, register your business, and then create a strategy.
mm And,
Yun, importante yun. Kailangan may business plan ka.
oo. And, and guys, we hope, Vida, and I hope na nakatulong yung advice on payments.
Yes. Mag-ingat sa mga scams, mag-ipahiram ang mga accounts ninyo,
Yes.
ha? Wag na wag. Kasi pag questionable yan, naku po, pag kayo na flag, good luck
Oo.
na.
And,
And then, yes, sorry sa echo.
oo, bigla kami tinamaan ng
Ang
technical
technical
issues.
issues.
Oo, pero mas para mas maganda yung experience you guys, please like our page sa VAD Trip para panood you direct from the source yung yung feed, and you can also go back to old episodes. Once this episode is done, pwede nyo mapakinggan ulit if you missed yung mga yung mga answers namin ni Vida and ni Sam. And ayun, thank you for the likes, thank you for and please let us
Thank you
know
for
if,
supporting us.
oo,
Yes. Tell us you love us. Napakano namin,
oo,
no?
needy.
Napaka-attention for natin.
Guys, nag-makeup kami pa sa inyo.
O,
Please.
diba? Napipilitan kami mag-ayos para sa inyo.
Ayun.
So, anyway, next week,
Yes, we have something
we'll be
exciting.
back. Yes, meron na kaming list na episodes. Natutuwa naman ako. So next week, we will have another guest, our fellow trainer, si Jane. And we will be talking about SEO and affiliate marketing as a freelance service. Ayun, this is another niche, guys, that you can join. Lalo na malakas ang digital marketing ngayon. And then we'll also talk about how to spot scams sa mga VA
Mhm.
careers. Ano yung mga job ads? Ano yung typical trademark ng mga scammy na job posts? So
Oo.
pag-uusapan din namin yon.
Oo. Kasi parang wag magpadala sa scams kasi ang sakit sa dibdib.
Oo, lalo na pinaghirapan ninyo tapos mawawala lang, 'di ba? O
Mm.
di kaya sige nagbabayad nga pero ka-questionable naman yung trabaho na ibibigay sa inyo. So, mahirap naman na rin 'yon.
Oo.
Gusto lang namin of course kaya nandiyan yung mga communities natin para mabigyan kayo ng protection.
Oo.
You can always ask, legit check naman, no?
Oo.
Kung may
Oo.
nagtatrabaho na
Pa-scam check
dito,
naman. Uy,
scam check.
and guys, totoo yung legal consequences. Dito sa Davao, there was a BPO that was ni-raid ng NBI, Vida, ang office nila.
My gosh.
Oo, kasi scammer yung clients nila. So they raid yung office,
Oo.
kinuha yung mga CPU. I think nasa news niya, hanapin niyo lang Davao raid the PPO. Dalawang raids na ang na-experience namin dito.
Aray ko.
Oh,
Sakit nun. Shocking, di ba?
totoo siya, scary siya. Oh my,
Scary yun.
yung
And it puts a spotlight nakakatakot din yun kasi it puts a spotlight sa ano natin, sa profession natin. And tuwing nangyayari yun, of course, mas tight yung control eh. Kaya,
mm-mm.
yun, doble ingat lang tayo. Let's try to give virtual assistants, virtual workers in our country, in the Philippines, a very good name. Kasi sa outsourcing, maganda ning reputation natin eh. As in, we're preferred, lalo na sa voice, we're preferred over the other English-speaking countries. So of course, we need to offer higher value services para mas mataas ang bayad sa atin,
Oo.
'di ba? Yun naman objective eh.
Oo.
Improvement. Yan.
Ayun. So, I guess you have to say good night na to everybody.
Yes. Thank you for staying up with us.
Oo. Let us know if you like the schedule. Let us know kung mas
Uh-huh.
prefer ninyo yung pang-umaga.
Umaga.
Oo. Guys, pasensyahan na lang tayo. Naghahanap buhay kami. Na-busy kami ng umaga. Sweet.
So, minsan pang-umaga kami, mapapanood nyo kami ng umaga. Minsan mapapanood nyo kami sa gabi. But, you can always see our finished videos, finished sessions at our VAD Trip page. So, like nyo kami, huwag nyo kakalimutan.
Okay. Sige. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
See you
So,
next
bye guys.
week.
See you next week,
Bye-bye.
March 6.
Okay.
Bye.